T-minus 30 seconds. T-minus 20 seconds. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Good.
You ready for do more in the future? Trap Talk podcasts?
Yes.
Man.
Only Trap Talk. Exclusive.
Yes.
Exclusive. Oh.
So stop calling us.
Rub the spot, get the club to pop. When I come up with the crop, gotta love it or not. I'm hot from the hop to the rub the spot, get the club to pop. When I come up with the rub the spot, get the club to pop. When I come up with the rub the spot, get the club to pop. When I come up with the rub the spot, get the club to pop. When I come up with everybody, we do it. Everybody, we do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Rub the spot, get the club to pop. When I come up with the rub the spot, get the club to pop. When I come up with the rub the spot, get the club to pop. When I come up with the rub the spot, get the club to pop. When I come up with
You are now tapped into the coolest reptile podcast. Hold on. In the world, I'm your boy MJ. What is good? Welcome to Monday's New Breeder on the Block series. This is your first time tapping in to any of the series, any podcast that I've come out with. What is good? Do your boy a favor, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell. That we're on top of every single podcast I come out with here on the Snake, used to be the Snake Trap Talk with MJ podcast YouTube channel. But what is good, everybody? See everyone in the fucking early birds, man. What is good? Early birds are up there cracking. I'll get to you guys in just a second. But you guys already know what we do and how we do when we start this podcast for the freshest and bestest rodents to your doorstep. That's coldbloodedcafe.com, $30 flat rate shipping. Shout out to Desiree, shout out to Steven. Shout out to John and Alex over at Sim Container. If you got eggs, put them inside of the Sim box. Less stress, less fucking worries on anything. I'm telling you right now, Sims is a win for sure. Shout out to Steven and Ashley over at Focus Cube Habitats, Flexing, Texas, all day, every day. PVC built enclosures. Check them on Instagram, doing really big things. And then heavy shout out to Jesse, Freedom Breeder, the #1 stainless steel rack company in the United States, if not the game, period. I mean, if you got a Freedom Breeder rack, you already know it's the #1. Shout out to my boy Miguel Garcia, always evolving pythons. Give him a follow on Instagram. Check him out on YouTube. No matter what this guy does, he kills it. I'm telling you right now, he's very inspiring. It's my dog right there. So go give him a follow. Shout out to the whole entire AEP family. And then shout out to my boy Alan over at Amazing Basins. Go give my boy Alan on Instagram. Amazing Basins to follow. He is very dialed in and passionate about working with these basins. Has bred them before. His year's looking good so far. Fingers crossed. He's also working with ball pythons. So go check out my boy Alan, Amazing Basins. And then check out my other homie, Blake Stewart, over at Stewart Design. If you are looking to elevate your brand, if you want to market the shit out of yourself the best way, most professional way possible, Blake Stewart's your guy for sure. And then shout out to the two biggest shows in the United States, West Coast Killer. That's the Reptile Super Show, man. Shout out to Rami for throwing such an amazing show, bringing so many people together. Definitely make sure you make it to a Reptile Super Show if you can. And then make sure you definitely put it on your agenda to go to an NARBC Reptile show. Shout out to Bob Ashley, Brian Potter, I'm telling you right now, these are the shows where you connect and really progress into this game, plain and simple. So many people have talked about it on my podcast. So go to your show, man. I'm telling you, whenever you're ready. I'm not putting pressure. I'm just saying, if you're considering it, just do it. You'll really be happy about it. And then shout out to Phil Goss. First and foremost, go to YouTube, follow US Arc, and subscribe to their new YouTube channel. And yeah, if you guys could go down to the link below, if you're not a member yet, please become a member to US Arc and help us join the fight against these fucking whatever you want to call them, idiots trying to take away our animal rights. Not cool with it. But yeah, he needs our help. So let's go down there and help him. Go give me a follow on Instagram if you want to know what I'm into as far as, my projects and what I produce and what I have available whenever the time comes, because I'm pretty much sold out at this point. But go check me out on Instagram, mjexoticscartal with an A, not an E. And then also go follow the podcast's Instagram page where I keep everybody updated on episodes and whatnot. Trap Talk with MJ podcast on Instagram. And then please shout out to my Twitch viewers. But if you have Twitch, go to Twitch and go follow me and subscribe to me on Twitch. Twitch viewers are going up, and I appreciate that. If you guys would like to donate a super chat, like anything question wise for the homies Ivory and Matt, if you guys have anything you want to send super chat wise, I send that to US Arc. So don't be shy with the super chats. Let's get the super chats on and cracking for these two, please. And then also any other donation, just go ahead and send that to PayPal Exotics Cartel with an A, not an E. And then also, last but not least, shout out to my Patreon members. My Patreon members is my heart. I appreciate all you guys. Thank you so much. But if you out there want to become a part of the Trap family, if you want to join the Trap Talk Patreon family, go down to the link below, click on the link, and then join the Trap Talk Patreon family. We get together every Sunday and talk on the Zoom and on Zoom meetings. But more importantly, when you join the Patreon family, you get tapped into the Discord, which basically taps you into everybody in the Patreon family, and everyone's active. There's just so many cool things. Either way, go check it out. You're not going to be dissatisfied if you go down to the link and join the Trap Talk Patreon family. And all my Patreon members out there, I love you guys. You guys are my heart. I'm sure you guys are in the comments right now, so I'll get to you guys in just a second. And then before we get to the early birds, do me a big favor if you guys could. Oh wait, shit. Sorry, my bad. I just, I'm gonna keep shouting this out because I am now putting all my vlogs. A lot of you guys like my vlogs. I appreciate that. But shout out to my boy Matt Summers right there too. But if you guys go to YouTube to the search bar and type in the Snake Trap Sessions vlogs, this is where you're going to start catching a lot of my other content. This is where I'm putting a lot of facility tours, my own documentation on what's going on in the trap. Either way, if you want to see more of what I have going on, definitely go to the Snake Trap Sessions blogs on YouTube, subscribe to there, and I'm going to be dropping videos twice a week. Every Wednesday and Saturday, you can look forward to a sick-ass vlog being dropped by your boy, and I appreciate all the love. Thank you so much. But what is good with the early birds? Who's here? Ooh, early birds are up and cracking. Let's see who's here. HB Reptiles, what is good, player? Thanks for being here. That's a Trap Talk Patreon family member all day, every day. Chantel, what is good, homegirl? Trap Talk Patreon family member all day, every day. Thank you for the support. Appreciate you. Nixon Reptiles, what is good? Thanks for tapping in. The homie Patrick, what is good? Trap Talk family member all day, every day. Silver Cash, what is good? The homie Big Mike, 1776 Exotics, Trap Talk family member all day. Gen Z, what is up, fellas? Thanks for tapping in. Dom, what's good? Trap Talk family member, Vegas player all day, every day. I love it. Oh, what's up, Lily? I got my Trap family member right here. She's also a Patreon member. What's good, Lily? Thanks for being here. What's good? Burning Heart Exotics, Trap Talk family member right there. Damn, we got some heavy hitters in the building. What's up, Railway City Reptiles? Just had an amazing episode with this guy last Saturday. Go down to the link and check out the episode with my boy Tristan, or Tristo. What a sick name. Tristo from Railway City Reptiles. Sick ass dude. Eric's More Factory. What is good? Thanks for tapping in, my player. Wise Guy Reptiles. What is good? Batesman. What is good? My homie Kevin. Forest Pythons. What is dude? This is a homie right here. Please, yeah. Trap Talk family member all day. I don't know what I'm saying. What the fuck's wrong with me? Sean, what is good, Sean? Thanks for tapping in. Trap Talk family member all day, every day. The homies Danny and Renee, what is good? My couple right here. Trap Talk family members all day, every day. The homie Bods Exotics, Jeremy, what is good? Did I say your name right? Jeremy or Jason? pretty sure it's Jeremy. Anyways, the homie right here, Trap Talk family member all day, every day. What is good, Herb Collectors? Thanks for tapping in. Trap Talk family member all day, every day. Samurai Exotics, what is good? Trap Talk family member all day, every day. The homie Big Jake right here. What's up, Jake? Thanks for tapping in. Trap Talk family member all day, every day. The homie Jay right here. Team Zoo Dreams in the building. Thanks for being here, player. I appreciate you. Julio Fulio, what's up? Patreon member all day, every day. Thank you for being here, Julio Fulio. Octavio, what is up, player? Damn, OG Patreon member right here. It's my boy Octavio. Please go give him a follow on Instagram. He's a real one. Matthew Summers. Look who's here. My road dog. Literally, it's my boy Matthew Summers. Go give him a follow on Instagram. He's also killing it on YouTube. Very proud of this guy. He's killing it. It's my boy right now. He's just about to hit 1,000 subs on YouTube, which I called that. Told you that was gonna happen, Matt. Anyways, please go give him a follow on Instagram and YouTube. And Matt, keep grinding, bro. Can't wait for the next show. It's gonna be epic. What's up, Josh? Thanks for tapping in. JK Labs in the building. Jaffe, what is good, dude? Jaffe, I want to think of something else. Is it Daffy? What's that? Anyways, I'll talk about it later. Anyways, what's up, DD in the building? Trap Talk family member all day, every day. Florida born exotics. What is good? Thanks for tapping in. Cascade Critters, the homie, the cowboy, the mushroom cowboy from Canada. What is good, player? Thanks for tapping in. Trap Talk family member, definitely. British Columbian Balls. Ooh, we got some Canadian people in the building. Damn, that's what's up. Thanks for tapping in. Hector Garcia, what is good? Thanks for tapping in. The homie Nate Dog, Trap Talk Patreon family member all day, every day. Thanks for tapping in. Oh, the homies DNT Ticks in the building. Damn, what's up, Dax? Thanks for tapping in. Or Taylor, either or. Both of you, Trap Talk family members in the building. Thanks for being here. Deviant Glass, what is good? Trap Talk family members all day. And then let's go with the latest. I hope I said this right. Exotics, what is good? Thanks for tapping in. All right, guys, let's get this show on the road. New Breeder on the Block series. This is going to be good. This dude right here and his lovely wife, very into this ball python game. More importantly, he's close to home, meaning like, you know, he gave me props about having one of my favorite rappers on the show, which was one of his favorite rappers too, Mitchy Slick. And we that's something in common. When we have something like something like that in common, I'm telling you right there, man, you got my attention. But either way, I want to learn more about these two. I want to know more about what they got going on. I do know I see a lot of people in the building, a lot of supporters. So let's tap in with Ebony and Ivory Reptiles. And they're banging out of Vegas, I'm pretty sure. Nevada, I forget. But what's up, dude?
Reno, man. We in Reno.
Reno, my bad. Damn. Players fuck
Reno.
up.
Yeah.
What's up, Matt? What's up, Ivory? How are you two?
Good.
We're doing good, man. Awesome, man. We're excited to be here, man. Just, you know, hanging out.
How you guys living? Everything good?
Yeah, everything's going good, man. She's just trying to get over a little cold she got. But we're doing good, man. You know, day by day, working and playing with snakes, man.
That's it, man. The snakes help you get by anything. I'm telling you right now, as you guys already know. But hey, listen, thank you for being here. I appreciate you guys being great supporters of mine and watching the show and whatnot, and being Patreon members. That all means a lot. But I also see that you guys are making a great traction with, you know, there's a lot of people who support you guys, and you guys, you know, and I want to know exactly how it's been, you know, coming into the hobby and when it was. So kind of take us when this became a brand for you. When did this all start for you, Matt?
Oh, man. I convinced my wife to let me get 3 balls like when December of 2019, right? And then after that, I mean, it really became a brand for me though from the beginning, because I always knew that I wanted this to be a hobby. So that's where the whole Big E came in at. Because one day we was laying on the couch and I'm like, I got to figure out the name of this thing. And then I'm like, you know what I'm saying? So then I love to sing. That's why on the intro of the first videos, that was my voice singing on all of them, right? So I love to sing. So, but once we got the Ebony and Ivory thing, I was like, I got it. She was like, why are you trying to call yourself Big E? Why are you putting Big E on all your stuff? And I'm like, that's, you know what I'm saying? That's a brand. Big E is going to be, it's going to be like, you know what I'm saying? Tommy Hilfiger, Sean John. There's going to be Rockefeller.
Yeah.
Big E is gonna be so, but that was my, you know what I'm saying? That's how it was for me. That's how I was thinking from the beginning of it, man.
I fuck with that. I honestly, I mean, I give people nicknames if they don't have one. Like, you know what I'm saying? And when I meet somebody who already has a sick name like Big E, I'm already fucking with it. I'm just like, all right, cool. So I think you did it.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
More importantly, I'm curious, because you're a big dude, bro. So what were you into? Like, let's just say, because you're from you're originally from San Diego, right?
And San Diego, man, born and raised.
Damn, the belly of the beast. Now, and
Hey.
what year did you graduate high school?
So I graduated high school 06, my bad, 06.
Damn,
so
I'm older than you?
Yeah. I moved up here to Reno my senior year of high school and graduated up here in Nevada. But yeah, born and raised in San Diego, man.
And you played ball and all that? What were you doing in high school and whatnot?
I played football, basketball, and ran track. And I ended up, that was part of the reason I ended up moving up here to Nevada, was because I got a basketball scholarship after my junior year of high school. My older brother was already staying up here, so I just moved up here with him. And then my senior year up here and played college basketball for 2 years. Played in the March Madness.
Wow, crazy!
Did all that. Yeah, man. I played against some nice dudes. That's still in the NBA today. I played on the AAU team in Cali with Kevin Love, and so so some nice things, man. Then I ended up playing college football too up in Oregon for a minute at Oregon State for 2 years, and did some semi-pro. But I mean, yeah, that's where all the big came in. I got big just playing sports,
And then Ivory, I'm curious, your love for snakes, because it seems like you love the snakes, and obviously you have one around your neck right now. But and is that a retic, by the way? It looks like a retic. Is that a retic? Oh, okay. We're gonna talk. We're gonna talk about. Okay, you're wild for getting that. But Ivory, I got to ask you, Ivory, what was your relationship to reptiles prior to meeting Matt? I mean, did this kind of blossom with him together, or did you have like a thing with reptiles before him?
No, I definitely didn't have a thing. Well, growing up, we always had animals. So I had turtles, red-eared sliders, monitors, lizards, anything like that.
Right.
We always had animals in the house. No snakes though. When I was 18, I got a little corn snake, and I didn't know what I was doing with it, and I couldn't get it to eat. So that didn't work out. But I didn't really have an interest in getting snakes per se. We had some beardies and stuff like that. But I mean, once I realized that Matt had a vision and a goal and, this whole thing, I was on board. I think that they're beautiful animals. But when I met this guy at the show, I had to bring him home. I had an instant connection with him, and I love his personality.
So let's go ahead and let's get the background on the snake that you're holding and the whole story behind it. Because I know E told me a little bit about it. Big E told me a little bit about it, but I want to hear it from you, Ivory. So what's going on and what's the backstory on that snake?
So yeah, we were at the show in Tinley, and I just met the guys at Reach Out Reptiles, and they had some really beautiful snakes. Before that, I held someone's retic. I don't remember whose it was. It was big. And I just was like, this is awesome, because Matt, his vision isn't having these giant snakes. And I
don't blame you. Good man. He's listening. He's listening. That's why.
And so, once I saw this guy, I was like, I have to have this guy. And I thought about it and carried him around the show, and then I just had an instant connection with him. So
and that's what retics do to you. I'm telling you, bro, retics do that to you. And I just listen. Have your. I don't want to say this. I'm sorry. Have your wife, Big E, just be in love with this one beautiful male, and don't get another one. That's all I got to say.
No, that's not happening.
Just keep the one, and you're gonna be fine. I have a super dwarf that I feel is pretty big, but that's. Dude, I'm telling you right now, you will keep the love you have with this snake if you don't try to breed it. You try to breed it, you're gonna have a whole nother different relationship with this snake, and the next episode will be different. I'm telling you.
How big is your super dwarf? Because we got this one from Garrett, and it's a dwarf, but I think it's because I got the card and it was like 35 or 37% Jampea, 12.5. So Slayer. I've been looking into them, but they all different.
Okay, if it's not a super dwarf, don't even give two shits about the numbers. Don't give it that. It doesn't apply to you because it's not a super dwarf. Super dwarfs, because and even with super dwarfs, all you need to do is look at the parents, and that's what you go off of. If you want to get an idea how big the snake's gonna get, you have to look at the parents And 9 out of 10 times, that snake's going to be exactly either how the mom is or the dad is. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I could tell you right now, the fact that you got it from somebody like Garrett Hartle is going to have true lineage of dwarf. Now, I will say one thing that is important is if it has different localities, like you said, it had John. What does it have in it? I'm sorry.
It's got the Jampea locality, and the Kalatoa locality.
Right.
And
so Kalatoa
6% of Slayer.
Right. So basically, you have 30% of a super dwarf, a tiny 6% of a dwarf, and then 50% or the rest of a mainland. So,
right.
And that's a male though. So that snake is mainly a mainland. That's mainly, you mainly have mainland Jampea blood in that, but it's also a male. It's also, I don't know what generation it is, but I mean, did Garrett happen to give you pics of the parents at all, or do you have any information on the parents?
I hit him up. I'm sure he'll give me some pictures. He didn't give me. I know. Right now, he said it was born. Let me see. It was born April 3rd, so it's a year old yesterday. And he's about 4 feet, just about 4 feet. So yeah, I mean, but he's also big around. So I mean, I don't know.
They literally could jump up in size when they like from age 3 to 4. I've seen it. I've had males myself where I'm like, dude, they're tiny, and then all of a sudden, and I don't change anything in their food, and they just whoop. So really, you won't really know the true size of this snake until like the next like 3-4 years, I would say, which is fine because like I said, you only have the one, you know, and the fact that you're this is what I feel good about this, because your wife, I'm sure she likes taking it out and interacting with it. If you keep that up, that's going to be the best rewarded snake that like you could have to show to people, to like have it to live. Like literally that's going to be like just a chilling ass snake around you. And it's a Garrett Hartle production. Props. Telling you, good stuff.
What's the matter? He did pee on my bear rug, so that was not the business.
Yeah. Was it like was there just urates, or was there poo with it? Was it just yellow? Was it just pee, or was it like yellow? That's cool. Yeah. You know, he's probably sensing it.
We're still friends, and I just love him. He has no boundaries. He loves to like go all in my face and then like stand on top of my head, and I just think he's so cool. I love the interaction.
I don't know if you guys follow Eric Lee. Do you know who Eric Lee is? I've had him on the show before, but he's one of Garrett Hartle's, like, you know, he you know, another super dwarf breeder who's on Garrett Hartle's level, you know. But he's really cool about this thing he made. He made like this outdoor piping, and made like it looks like a damn jungle gym for snakes, but it's like all these PVC connected pipes with like ropes that are hanging. And I'm telling you, if you make that for that snake, you won't even have to worry about where that snake's going. That snake will be there just chilling, and you could just, you know, you don't have to worry about what, you know, where it's going to be pissing and shitting at. It literally stays going through all these ropes. Like, it's really awesome. So I can give you the link. I think he did. I think he has on his Instagram or somewhere.
I think I might have seen it. It sounds familiar.
Yeah,
I think I follow him for sure.
So just a tip, if you guys ever want, because, you know, like I said, this thing will get to a size where it be getting behind your racks. It will knock over shit. I'll tell you that right now. Like, woo, man. I can't tell, dude. I remember one time, man. My very first. So this is how I really put myself in the ringer, because I got my first retic, which were 2 females, and they were mainlands. It was a normal and a lavender, and they're babies. And then my buddy's like, hey, I have this proven breeder, dwarf, platinum, het, some shit. I forget, but he was an adult. But dude, this guy came in, bro, and he was like 10, 11 feet and was the meanest fucking, like, he would just body check, didn't want nothing to do with nobody. And I was like, I got to work with him, you know? So every day, like what you're doing, like I would take him out and I would mess with him, and I would eventually just like, all right, he's cool. And I'd put him around my neck. And then, dude, I'm like, this fool broke my bongs. Like, he broke like important stuff. He broke important stuff to me where I'm just like, God damn this snake. Like, I just got to put you away right now. Like, so don't have anything important or anything like, you know, fragile around a big fucking derpy ass retic, because they don't care. They're like, they'll break shit, just so you know.
Yeah.
But I'm excited for you. I'm excited for you guys. But all right, so let's tap into the projects, what the motivation is behind. Well, first off, let's get back to what pushed you to do this, Matt, because I always have my story, and I want to know what the moment was where you're like, obviously you thought a big E and get into a hobby, but what was it that you saw, listened to, or whatever to make you say, I want to fucking breed ball pythons?
Oh man. I would say I always had like that passion. I mean, I've had reptiles since I think my first ball python was like 8 or 9. My mom's bought us one, and then I got kicked out of my dorm room in college because I had snakes in my dorm room. Then me and my brother turned our apartment in college into basically a zoo. I had iguanas, blood pythons, ball pythons. We had everything, carpet pythons, all kinds of crazy stuff in there. And
That's
then
crazy.
but then we got married and then I got back into it. I met my mentor over this guy named Justin Thomas over at Armless Angels, and he started talking to me about the business side of things, man, and just how it really worked. And that's when from there I was ready to dive in, like all the way in. You know what I'm saying? I don't like doing nothing like halfway. So if I'm gonna do it, then I'm gonna do it. And we're gonna, I'm trying to, be the best at whatever it is I'm doing. Like it's like I'm playing sports, like I'm playing football, basketball, like I just gotta go.
Check this out. This is why I like what we do, because in my eyes, my biggest competition is my own self, meaning like how I upkeep this. I want to make sure I keep maintaining, if not making it better. But in football and other shit, you're kind of competing with your own you're competing with your own teammates for that spot. You're competing against other people, and it's a lot of pressure. You know what I'm saying? It is a lot of different pressure. But when it's just you that you're relying on and you're used to other pressure, I feel like this is a game that's meant for you. You know what I'm saying? Because like you rely on yourself. Especially if you're somebody, which I'm sure I haven't seen you play, but I'm pretty sure you're somebody who gets the job done. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure you're somebody who's clutch in the position that you're in. And I feel like somebody who is like that in a sport and loves animals would do great in this. I feel like so it's cool to hear and share that. That's awesome. So let me ask you this: your mentor, what was his name again?
Justin Thomas.
And Justin Thomas. How'd you meet Justin?
So, I actually met him because we bought a Frenchie from his cousin, a Rottweiler. My Rottweiler I used to have, we bought him from his cousin in Alabama, and then his cousin was on my Facebook page and saw the ball pythons that I just bought. He was like, hey, man, my nephew breed them. His uncle. It's like, my nephew breed ball pythons, but let me give you his number. And we linked up, and ever since then, we just been, we might talk every other day on average, if that. My wife, she called him my boyfriend, but we talk every day, man. You know what I'm saying? We talking projects every day. You know what I'm saying? So, it's endless, man. But yeah, he helped me out from my first clutch to where I am now, for sure.
So it's awesome to hear this because, there was always that one person that kind of pushed you into something, right? And I'm curious, after you got that push and after you're like, all right, I'm kind of getting like the flow of things and whatnot, how are you directing what contacts you made? Like, how are you, were you just going off Instagram and posting and having people hit you up? But how are you connecting further than that? Like, what did you start doing?
Oh man. Other than Instagram, I did start up YouTube. I started doing a YouTube channel, just trying to get, people, get my face out there. Instagram, of course, and messaging people, joining people's, I'm in your Patreon, I'm in Antoine's Patreon, and then Will's Patreon. So I'm in those 3 Patreons right there, and I want to get in Miguel's. I got to get in Miguel's Patreon, but those Patreons right there, I just, talking to people and networking, man, that was the reason why we went to TINLEY. She ended up getting a snake and a lizard, but my only focus to going out to TINLEY was networking, man, meeting people, you know what I'm saying, shaking hands with people that I've been talking to, through the internet or whatever, and seeing guys face to face, and learning the game from people.
And then I want to ask you guys what was cool is because obviously I said what up to you guys at the show, right? But once you get to the auction, it's a long it's a long day, a lot of drinks been flowing, and if you're like me, a lot of drinks, a lot of edibles and microdosing. So I remember I was floating by and I was just like, oh, I saw you guys by the table, and I was like, I don't even know what I was bidding on, bro. I was just a mess.
On that water monitor. You was bidding on that water.
Yeah, I know. I was
going, did you get the water monitor? I was like, I don't think so. I don't think you got it.
Trying to cover it up.
I tried, yeah. And then I got pulled away because my boy, like, you know, he was, I don't know. It was at like $20. And, you know, and I was like, I put down like 50 and I fell in love with it because I kept looking at it. And then this one guy kept coming around and putting 51. And I was like, this dick. And so then I just went, you know, like I said, I was already kind of hammered and feeling good. And, you know, like I'm not hurting. I ain't hurting for money. So I was like, what the fuck? You know, I just put $200 down and then he put 201. And I was like, this son of, and then I was like, and then he put his name was Brian. And I looked up, I don't know if you guys were there when I did this, but I looked up and I was like, who is Brian? I was like, I want to know who Brian is. Like, and this guy was like, I'm Brian. I was like, yo, you're not getting this monitor. I'm telling you right now, you're not getting it. And he went straight to the table, and that went up all the way to $500. And I, like I said, I'm not proud of this, but I put $1,000 down, $1K, just to be a dick. And I didn't.
He still went over there and got it.
Yeah, he still went over there and got it. So I was like, what the fuck? So yeah, that was a mess. Anyways, but that was fun though. Hey, but what I'm saying is like the vibe at a US Arc. I mean, you kind of really feel how everyone's together on that. Don't you feel it?
Oh yeah. It was unreal, man. We were at the table with Antoine, with Keys from Keys Constrictor, Gershon, Lady Tiz, who's on here, Tisley, who's on here right now. I call her Lady T, but she didn't want to talk my wife into getting this retake. But we're sitting at the table, man. I was when I got home, man. I was telling my brothers and stuff. I'm like, man, I've never been to anything like I've played in stadiums to where it was like, you know, I played at a stadium. There's 60,000 people in there screaming at a football stadium. You know what I'm saying? When you walking through the stadium, right. But being at that US Arc auction, it was like I've never experienced nothing like that. It was on a whole different level. It was crazy. It was crazy in there, man. Like the atmosphere was insane.
And then I don't know if you guys felt this, but didn't you feel excited going home to your collection and kind of seeing what you have going on? Like you get like this sense of energy of like, especially if you're really dedicated and into this, when you leave a show, especially if you pick something up, of course, it's like you're going home stoked as fuck and you're ready to see your animals. You're ready to see what's to be, you know, the next move and all this stuff. It's telling you, it's good for the soul. Going to shows is good for so many different reasons. And I'm glad, you know, another big reason why I want to bring you guys on. What's funny is like, I wanted to have you on prior to even meeting you at TINLEY, but meeting you at TINLEY was the easy push to get you on here because I wanted to know what it was like for somebody like yourself who's just getting his feet wet into this to go to a major show like TINLEY. It took me 3 years, almost 4 years to make it to my first TINLEY because of COVID and whatnot. But I always knew TINLEY that's where it was at. And, you know, I'm glad you guys went. That's awesome.
Oh, yeah. I'm glad that was, I'll tell every, I mean, they're one of my buddies that here in Reno with me, and we're thinking about going to some shows over in Cali for sure. And then the Vegas show, but I'm telling them, I'm like, man, I want to go to all these shows, but I'm nervous now because after going to TINLEY, I'm like, I just don't want to be let down, man, because TINLEY was like, it was crazy.
I mean, I don't want to put down any other shows because, I mean, especially if you have a show like the Vegas one in September, I hope you guys plan on going to that one.
I'll be there. We'll be there for sure.
Because that's one you want to go to no matter what, because that's your closest, biggest home show. And you're going to want to be that guy that like people know, like, oh shit, that's where Big E and Ivory live. We got to go to that show and stuff like that just by you going there. So, and I have a good feeling about the Vegas show. I mean, this is going to be, you know, Rami's in the comments. Rami's in the comments right now. Shout out to my boy Rami. But I'm looking forward to the Vegas show. But that being said, do you guys have, you know, I know we haven't really talked about what your most passionate projects are right now, but if the time comes, are you guys looking to be vendors? Are you looking to be vending at shows or what's that like as far as a part of your agenda?
I definitely want to at some point, simply because I mean, that's just another way to get out there and you know what I'm saying, get in front of people and show what it is that we're doing over here. But I definitely, if possible to get a table in Vegas, I'll definitely be trying to vend that at Vegas for sure.
Bro, you know I know the man, bro. You know what I'm saying? So if you need something, and and your Trap Talk Patreon family. So you're double like validated on plugs. I'm telling you, and Ivory, if you do want another tick, you have to go through me, please. Like, because I got super dwarf eggs due in like 2 weeks. I'm telling you right now.
Oh man.
No, I'm just kidding. I won't do that to you.
No, I definitely can no.
But anyways, so investments, man. Investments. This game right here, you could start with a couple pastels and just blow up to something, right? But it all depends on the moves you make. What moves did you make when you first started making your snake purchases? Like, what was like? Go ahead and talk about maybe your first big investment, morph you invested in, that kind of made you get going.
The first big investment was 4K. Yeah, was I bought a what was this last year? Yeah, because we just had he just popped up on my that one was big though. I bought a DG NG Fire Desert Ghost Head Clown possible head Hypo from Justin Belka last year. A male.
Hold on. I haven't seen a pic. I don't know if you guys know this about me, but I could predict shit. Whatever you can, if hate it all you want, but I could probably look at that snake and tell you if it's gonna have Hypo in it. Let's not do this right now because I know, but I'm just telling you on the side biscuit. What? Actually, is it around? Do you have it around?
Right here.
Pull it out. Oh, you guys want me to do this? You want me to do this? I'll do this right now. Watch this. I don't want to hurt your feelings, though. Okay, if I don't feel it, I don't feel it. All right. I'm gonna keep it real right now. Watch this prediction on the live right now. This is a pos hat Hypo. All right, I'm gonna put it on big screen. Show it off.
Oh, let me get this back. There you go.
So tell me the genes one more time.
So he's Inchy Fire, Desert Ghost, Head Clown, possible head Hypo.
I'm calling Hypo. I'm calling Hypo right now. I'm calling Hypo. I feel it. My something's telling me, yo, Hypo this motherfucker right now, and I'm Hypo. This is Hypo, bro. Good job.
I'm gonna prove him out. I'm gonna prove him out here in a few this year. So
all right, let's see.
Hopefully, I'm hoping.
Wait. So what you pair him to?
Okay, so last year he went to one female last year. Wait, was it one or two? One. He went to one female last year for his first year because he had just started locking up at the end of the year. So he went to a pastel head clown female, and they gave me. He went to a pastel head clown female, and I got out of 5 eggs, I got 3 clowns, 3 visual clowns. I got an Inchy.
Did you post those clowns on your page? Do you have them on your page?
Yeah, they're on there. I know the Inchy Fire. The Inchy Fire clown girl is on there. That's head DG, and then the other ones are just 2 clown head Desert Ghosts. One's a male, one's a female.
But what I'm saying. Okay, so the visuals you hit are het for sure het DG, and we're not too sure about the pos het Hypo yet, right?
Right. Yep.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Because I'm looking at them right now. I was like, damn, those look nice for a single fucking gene clown. Like, there's definitely something else going on with that.
Yeah. And I'm noticing that just looking at those two, especially those 2 that are just the visual clown head Desert Ghost compared to my other visual clowns that I have, and there's no comparison. They're on a whole nother level with the head Desert Ghost influence. So
okay. Well, damn. Listen, keep us posted. I'm dead ass serious. And then once I hit that prediction, just go ahead and put in the right there in the caption. MJ called this live, and we'll add that. We'll add that to the score sheet, and then I'll take a snake. We're good.
I got you. I got you.
So okay, so I love to hear that you're wanting to keep DG and Hypo a part of the same game plan, because I feel like I don't know how you hear some people like, oh, we're gonna make Hypo great again, which I'm like, what? Like, how is Hypo never great? But there was a point in time where people slept on Hypo because they rather go DG instead of just combining the two. And combining the two is complements what already DG was, but then it definitely complements the Hypo. You know what I'm saying? Right. So I love that. The DG Hypo, that's game time all day. So other than that, what other receptors are at your interest or that you already have in your collection that you're working with?
So I'm working with the recessives I'm working with are Pied, Clown, Desert Ghost, Hypo, and then I just got from Octavio. He was in here. He was one of the comments earlier, but I have got a female Pied off of him, and he sent me a. He just threw in there because we're in the same Patreon. He threw in there a what is it? An adult ultra male breeder size and a double head clown ultra male female. That's she's like 700 grams. So
Octavio, what the fuck, bro? I've known this fool for a minute. I haven't. Wow, we need Octavio. We need to talk, bro. That's some
man. Hey, so that's my man right there. I'm definitely looking forward to see what that, because I wasn't even interested in ultra male like that. And then when he sent it to me and I pulled it out the box, I was like, oh yeah, I've been sleeping on ultra male because it's nice.
Octavio's a sleeper, bro. Like he does his thing. He's chill. But this motherfucker, I know there's gonna be at one point where he has a blowout year, bro. And because I know what he's been talking about the last 2 years. He's one of my OG Patreon members. He's been a part of my Patreon page since I started. And you know, he talks about in the Zoom session what he works with and stuff like that. And he also has some crazy fucking combinations going on. So shout out to the homie Octavio. It's cool to, I mean, listen, it's so easy to get wrapped into the wrong people in this hobby, like or get wrapped into people whose you know, motives are a lot different than yours. I see growth in yours. Like I see that you want to let your projects do the talking versus your personality. Like, not that you don't have a personality, but it is about the snakes. It's not about us, right? But you know, keeping your surroundings is everything. For you to hear that you're fucking with somebody like Octavio, who's somebody I fuck with on the low, like I think that's awesome. Like that's good news. And I feel like that's all because of Patreon. Like you're fucking, that's what keeps you safe. You know what I'm saying? You're keeping yourself around people who aren't like here to waste other people's time. Like we're here to fucking really make shit happen. And if you want to be one of those people who make shit happen, you got to kick it with people who make shit happen. That's just how it works.
I tell people it's just like sports, man. Like I played sports all my life, and you never saw guys that was in the starting lineup hanging out with dudes who didn't work or grind like they worked and grind. You know what I'm saying? And that's how I feel like Patreon. Like when I'm on Patreon, whether it's in your group or if I'm clicking Will's group or Anton's group, I'm always seeing somebody post something that's like, okay, all right, it's time. You know what we gonna do next? It's not. I mean, it's just like it's a friendly competition. You know what I'm saying? Like we all trying to elevate each other. You know what I mean? And that's what I love about it, man. That's what I love about this hobby.
I mean, you already know, especially if you played Pop Warner at a young age, if you ain't good on the team, you ain't kicking it with us.
You're not. Yeah.
It was very political. Like I remember my first year at Pop Warner, and I wasn't good. You know, I was chubby and getting rocked and scared and shit like that. Yeah. And luckily, I had an older homie who kind of like looked out for me. But like, I had it rough the first couple of years until I started cracking fools back and I started becoming like a starting player. That's why it's so funny you said that, bro. Like when you're kicking it, you know, starters kick it with starters. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. And like, you know, we all had love for that one homie who wasn't that good, but he was on the team. But for the most part, all the other, like, you know, second string, third string, and like the ones who moms just made them play and stuff like that. Like, bro, you're not staying the night in my house. You ain't fucking.
You don't get to pick your own jersey number. You get the slot.
Oh, exactly.
That's what you get. You know what I'm saying?
I was not. My jersey number was 90 all through Pop Warner. What was your jersey number?
Well, shoot. And Pop Warner was 10, and then 19 from like high school on, all the way through college. It was 19.
So were you more of, because I mean, you look like you have a good structure, but were you more like a lankier back in the day in high school? Like, were you more like a wide receiver? What position did you play in football, basically?
So in football, I played defensive end. I was in college. College in my prime, I was like I was about 285 solid in my prime. Yeah.
And then you played. Where did you play ball in San Diego, high school wise?
So I played at I went to I don't know. You ever heard of Horizon? That was out in Claremont.
Yeah.
I used to go to their satellite school that was over. And the Skyline area across the street from Meadowbrook Apartments, they had a satellite school called H-Town there. So we would go to school there. It was like 60 to 70, 80 kids there, but we would go to school there at this church and then get bussed out to Claremont every day to go play sports out in Claremont. So yeah, man, they'll take the inner city kids and take us out there. So, you know.
Did you grow up in the Brooks?
So we used to live on Meadowbrook for a minute.
Right.
Then we lived, now my parents stay in Spring Valley. We lived in Spring Valley a lot too. So Paradise Hills, Skyline area. But then it's crazy though, because I went to Bell Junior High. You know, Bell Junior High had everybody from every hood went to Bell. It was, you know what I'm saying?
That was a scary place. I almost went there. I was so bad where that was going to be an option. And like, my mom was like, fuck that. You're going to homeschool if that's the case. And I'm like, oh. So they made me go. I had to go back to a school I had already got kicked out of. And luckily I had to go to Castle Park twice, dude. I was like, oh my God, bro. But Bell, I've never, bro, listen, because Castle Park was pretty bad, but like everyone talked about Bell. You know what I'm saying? And that's where a lot of motherfucking legendary gangsters and shit went from.
It was that
doing grown men shit.
In elementary school, everybody's cool, but in Bell, I mean, once you get to middle school, dudes start growing up, and it's about where you from or who you hanging with, and you know what I'm saying. It was
fuck you up,
man. That's how it was. But it was cool though.
I want to shout out a couple super chats here. Shout out to the homie Silver Cash. Mad respect. I just had my first clutch 2 weeks ago. Plus, I'm going on my 5th year breeding feeders. Nice. Breeding feeders is not easy for sure. Hey, and this fool, dude. All right, listen. Can you break down in the comments why you be making pizzas all the time? Every time this fool's tapping in, he's like, "I got pizzas in the oven." Like, are you just a big fan of pizza, or do you got a pizza place? Like, tell me more, please, because I'm a pizza connoisseur. Yeah. And before we get into a little bit of rat breeding talk here, Matt, what's your choice of food, bro? What's something you like to just fucking chow down on? Like, if you could just go in on something, what would it be?
Oh man, it'll have to be.
No matter what it is, it doesn't matter what the calories are. It just like, you know, like if it don't matter, if it didn't matter.
If it don't matter, man, honestly, it sounds simple, but my favorite dish has got to be like some good spaghetti. If it's good spaghetti, I'm going down on it all day long. That's what we ate all the time as a kid with spaghetti. So
and that's just like a typical athlete fucking favorite meal. You know what I'm saying? I mean, high school shit like that, you just eat that shit all day.
Yes. Carb load.
Now let's talk about what you're doing to feed your animals. What's something you're doing right now? Basically, how do you feed your animals? Go and break that down for us.
So right behind this wall, because I'm in my garage, I built this room in my garage and split it. So right behind this wall where the racks are, there's a whole rack of rodents back there and the racks I built on the other side. So I breed my own rodents right here in the house and then take them right over into this room and feed, you know what I'm saying? So, but feed, like he said, the breeding rodents, that's 5 years. I started breeding, it's 2 years now that I started, almost 2 years, but that's 10 times harder than snakes on any day.
Oh my God, bro.
It's crazy.
And the scary thing is when I have somebody on here who has like 100, 150, 200 clutches and they still produce their own rodents, I just go, bro, you don't like, and God bless the work ethic. That they're saving a whole chunk of money they don't have to spend by producing their own rats. But the backbreaking work, the time, all that shit, bro. Like when you got a room full of rodent bins, your day is fucked. That's what your day is right there. Especially like myself, like I have OCD. So this I was not putting one tub back that had any of the stuck shit. Like everything is clean. Like I can't put it back. You know what I'm saying? I like this. I like the smell of that aspen wood chip. Like I'm like, oh, this is fresh, you know? And I could just tell the rodents like it more, which leads me to why I don't like to produce my own my own rodents, because I was fucking loving them, bro. Like I was falling in love with these rodents, and like it taught me to like, you know, put that shit on the shelf, and these are here to fucking be fed. But it also fucked with me after a while, because I was like, you know, like, God damn, you know, like I don't, you know, death was never really a good thing to me, but then it taught me a lot when I got in here, especially working with chondros and shit. It was just got hit me in the face no matter what. I accept that. But then once I had an opportunity where I didn't have to breed my own rats, and I didn't, which not everyone, you know, I get it. You should breed your own rats because rodents are expensive. You know, it's not easy. Yeah. But at the end of the day, not everyone could do that because of space. My biggest thing too is like, shit, bro, I was breeding my own rodents where my snakes were, and that's not always ideal when you have bigger ticks and big fucking things going nuts. And my room was on fire, meaning like things wanted to light you up all the time, bro.
All day. I have one female that's like that up there, but every time I open her tub, she's looking for a rat, and that's the only ball python I have to like literally tap with a hook before I pull her out, because she is always looking for a rat. And I think it's because the wall is right behind her, but all the other ones, it doesn't really affect them at all. So
dude, shout to this super chat, Justin Thomas, $50.
That's my man right there, man.
Yes, damn, that's what's up. So this is your mentor right here.
That's my mentor right there, man. Yeah, man. Yeah. He was on JKR's. He bred. If he put the genetics in there, but he hit some pies last year, a few months ago, that are out of this world. But he went over. JKR brought him, or Canova brought him over to the facility, and they did like the whole little video of them and stuff like that. Our Netflix series of them. So yeah.
Damn, that's what's up. Well, I appreciate that, Justin. Much love. And I also want to say shout out to people who are mentoring the right way and not really getting in their own heads of seeing other people's success. Because, dude, I mean, you could be homies with somebody for like 2-3 years and like things are tight. And I mean, dude, even crazier, there's motherfuckers who've had relationships with homies for like 10 years. And as soon as that 1 year happens where you're just like, phew, and you just hit something so crazy, motherfuckers switch up. So Justin, don't ever say. I can tell you what, Big E is going to be big. Just stay loyal. But I mean, I feel like you're already. I mean, if it's one thing about growing up playing sports or being around a lot of kids or just people in general, like you have a good sense of reading people. You know what I'm saying? And I do feel like energy is felt easily when you link up with people. You kind of see how much they want to help you. You know what I'm saying? And you got to keep those ones around and just hope for the best. But I got to say, right now, with what's happening with your production, like this year, how many clutches are you hoping to hit this year? Like what's that looking like?
Hoping to hit 8 to 12 clutches this year, somewhere around there, 8 to 12. So,
and this is what this would be your third year breeding or second year?
So this would be my second year producing clutches. Yeah. So hoping to hit 8 to 12 this year. I actually got a parent going with him right now with that DG head clown male going to his double head DG clown female. So hopefully we can hit some double visuals in that parent at some point this year. So,
and I already know a player like yourself is thinking about next year. So let's think, if everything, no matter what happens this year, Matt, what are you looking to hit next year? Like how big of a jump are you looking to go to 9 to 12 to what?
As far as clutches go?
Yeah, clutches.
If I hit the 8 to 12 this year, hopefully next year I would probably want to go to like 15 to 17. I honestly don't want to get bigger than maybe like 20 to 30 clutches a year. So I want to take my time getting there because I do work full time for the military. So that, you know what I'm saying, that pays the bills right now. So I got to make sure, because like you said, the animals is first to me, so I don't and I got to do the rats as well. So I got to make sure I'm staying pristine and keeping everything clean, and you know what I'm saying. So I don't never want to be too overwhelmed. So, but anywhere from 20 to 30 clutches, I think, as long as they nice clutches, I think I should be good for right now starting off. And
then to bridge to that, what are you doing on the 9 to 5 basis? What is your job?
So I'm a recruiter for the Army National Guard here in Nevada. So I've been in the military for 10 years now. Yeah. So
respect. Shake my hand. Shake my hand. Yeah.
Appreciate it. Yeah.
I love that. Man, you're a military guy, bro. That's epic. So you do a lot of traveling, or what was that like?
So I was never so I'm active guard, so which is like I'm active duty, but I stay right here in Nevada. So I don't have to every 3 years be shipped off to some different state or something like that. I'm just right here in the state of Nevada. So I've been doing this for 10 years now. So yeah, man. So I love it, man.
Damn, that's what's up. With that being said, did you ever kind of like, was Reptiles something you kind of daydreamed about having like during, like while you were doing stuff like throughout your life before this period? Like, was this always kind of like maybe not a thought like, oh, let me do this as a business, but just like thinking of animals, period? That's something that would always daydream in your head throughout
Oh
growing
yeah,
up?
man. Like, we've always, I mean, growing up, we've always had dogs and stuff. I mean, my dad had like 7 dogs at one time. So we've always had dogs, you know. So, but me, I was the one in the family that always wanted the reptiles. Like I said, I had my first ball python when I was like 8 or 9. My parents bought, and that's when you could walk into like a Petco or whatever, and they had like the little pamphlet books of the,
Right.
you know, the reptile, and you could read up on it. So we went in there one day, and I think iguanas was like $15, $20, and they bought me 2 green iguanas. And man, I might have held those things on the day I took them out of the box, and that was the last time I held them because they was evil as heck, man. You couldn't do anything with those lizards. But we had them at the house, and I mean, so I've always had them, man. So I always knew I would be into reptiles, man. Even if it was just a hobby, I always knew I was going to have reptiles in my house for sure.
As far as what you do, I mean, have you ever? Because I mean, you don't know where this could take you. Either way, you look like you're gonna have a good time, right? But do you have, as far as how long you want to keep doing what you're doing as a 9 to 5? Like, you know, are you comfortable doing that for a while, or would you like to maybe hang up the, you know, the 9 to 5 coat if you can earlier, if this goes the right way?
Yeah, I mean, if this goes the right way, yeah, for sure. I always tell my wife all the time, like, write the 3 to 5 year plan up. I got a 2-year-old son right now. So as soon as he get out of daycare, you know, then I'm good. As soon as, you know what I'm saying? So he got like 3 more years of daycare. But I tell her 3 to 5 years, I'm out of here. I'm hanging it up. You know, that's why I'm investing as much as I can right now. I'm going as hard as I can in this reptile thing, because this is what I want to do. You know what I'm saying? This is where my heart is. You know what I mean?
So, I mean, let's talk about how big of an investment jump you've taken the last 2 years, or have you just been steady, like grinding and raising up your initial investments? I mean, have you been buying a lot of stuff throughout the last couple years? Yeah.
So I mean, just this year alone, I mean, my very first purchase, like I said, when I bought those first 3, it was nothing but, it was a het pied, a pied, and a pastel het clown that gave me the babies that I just had last year. But those 3, I think I spent like, I think that whole purchase order was maybe like $550 from Will Banks, and those are the first 3 I bought. And then, but so now I went from that, and now just 2 weeks ago, I bought 3 weeks ago, I bought that Hypo clown het desert ghost female from Fireball.
Oh, Fireball.
So,
Nice.
Yeah, I bought that girl. So I've really been. That same week I bought a desert ghost, a spot nose desert ghost het clown, possible het hypo girl from JKR, our Canova. So I'm investing as much as I possibly can in this thing, man. So that way I can, you know, reap the benefits here soon. So
now, with that being said, how are you investing in yourself? Like, what I mean by that, like, what are you looking at when it comes to holdbacks? I mean, do you have a certain mind, like set in mind, like how many females you'd like to hold back this year, males? Like, do you think of any of that stuff?
I would like to fill this whole ARS rack 5540 with females. You know what I'm saying? So that I think I've got like I don't know, like 12 more spots, and then I got a sea serpent rack over there on the side. But I'm planning on holding back. I mean, that DG male is going to a lot of females, so I'm really planning on holding back every single clown het desert ghost female I hit, or combo of that. Also working the DG Pie project as well, so holding those females back. But yeah, I got a lot of females that I plan on keeping back for sure. Trying to hold back some stuff.
What about your males? I mean, I feel like so many people are like focused on females, which is a big thing, but you also got to make sure your males are in order, right? So have you thought about what males you would need to hold back if you hit them?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm trying to hit right now. I have a just for example, I got a my spot nose clown male going to an asphalt or yellow belly entry het clown female. So I'm hoping to hit a male in there to breed back to her to see if she's either asphalt or yellow belly. Hopefully hit some super asphalt clowns down the line with that. But yeah, no, I would love to have, I know a lot of guys like to do, you know, stretch their males out and breed them to like, you know, 6, 7, 8 females, which is cool as if they keep eating. But I would like to avoid that. Yeah, exactly. Like to avoid that. Yeah. So I would honestly like to have enough males to go 1 to 3 with my females. That's what I wanted. That's my goal, to have 1 male for every 3 females. So that way, if one doesn't breed, then I already know I got that backup male that's not being stretched. He's only going to 3 females already, so he can hop over and take over somebody else. You know, so yeah, 1 to 3 is where I want to be at. That's where I want to be.
This year, I'm dabbling. You know, and I always talked about how I was against this, but I have a couple males that are working to like four females. You know,
yeah,
and they're both off food. And like I don't usually have that problem where my males go off food. My males usually stay on food throughout the whole year because they're only staying to 1 or 2 girls, you know. Yeah. But I feel like now because now I'm dabbling and stretching them out, you know, they're all they care about is, you know, this fucking lane pipe. Yeah. So you know, it's tricky, man. Like they're fine. Don't get me wrong. Like I know their weight's good. They're just like I like it when my snakes eat. Like I like it. I just feel better. You know what I mean? Because when they don't eat, that means you have to. There's something you need to track, and you know, no offense, but I don't want to have to track nothing with my ball pythons because there's so much other shit I'm tracking right now. So the only things I really track with my ball pythons are ovulations and prelay sheds. Like that's really things I really like. You know, I do like certain, like, you know, if I see locks, I'll go and mark down like, okay, let that there's locks. But after a while, I just leave it alone, and I don't document anything until I see an ovulation and then prelay and all that, right? But I don't want to have to fucking like, oh shit, this male that I'm pairing hasn't eaten in 4 months and I forgot. And you know what I mean? Like, I mean, it is my job to know that, but I'd rather just not dabble in that. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I just had a male, one of the males I bought my Cypress Set clown male, and he's been going to 2 females, but then he went off food for like 3 months, man, and scared them. He just ate for the first time on Saturday. I feed on Saturday, so yeah, he ate 2 nights ago, and I'm like, I hate having to, like you say, monitor if they're not, or keep track if somebody's not eating, especially my males.
So let's talk about what it was like for you to hatch out your first clutch. A lot of trial and errors. Do you feel like you had it down? Did it go smoothly? How was that experience?
So for me, I kind of had 2 first clutches. So I had bought a female that was pregnant, and she gave me a clutch. So that one, it went well. Put it in the incubator. At that point, I was trying to use vermiculite and that stuff. For some reason, it molded on me. I think it was old or something like that. So I lost one of the eggs. But then they all ended up hatching out. But other than that, I mean, the one that I actually produced on my own, I started doing like you started advertising the what's those egg trays that the ones with the water in them?
The Easy Hatch?
No,
my sponsor?
Yeah, they're your sponsor.
Oh, sim container.
Yeah, sim containers, right? Right. So I saw the sim containers, and I'm like, man, I may as well make me some of my own sim containers. So I made basically my own with the little 6-quart tub, and then I put some. And so all I have is water with the light diffuser stacked up on top, and then the egg, the Easy Hatch tray on top of that. And I just put water in there, so that way I ain't got to worry about if the vermiculite is dried up or anything like that. But both my clutches from last year hatched out with no problems, man. Everything ate. It was all good.
If it's one thing that I stressed out myself in the first year or so when I hatched out clutches, was like the fucking vermiculite or the perlite, like how much water should I put and stuff like that. And like, luckily I did okay, but like, it still like was like, am I doing it right? Like, I was like, what the fuck, you know? But when you go to just putting it over water, it's you don't have to worry about shit. You don't have to worry about nothing. And what's crazy is like, you don't need a lot of water. Like you only need like an inch. Like you don't need a lot. And people try to fill it up, and I'm like, you don't even need that much. You know what I'm saying? Like, you only need a little bit of water. So, you know, I just like, I could be clumsy. Things could happen. Like, I have people sometimes who have to look after my stuff, and the only reason why I personally would put substrate or some sort of something inside of a sim container, and no matter how much you saturate it, is just in case like you knock it over because the water splashes. But you just gotta be careful too. So I mean, at the end of the day, everything in my incubator right now is over water. So
I had that. I did have that happen. I picked up one and it splashed on the bottom. I just had to take out all the eggs and damp them with a paper towel and dry them up. And it ended up being good. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, I think the most stressful part of the whole process with my first clutch was waiting 60 days for those things before I could go inside there and see what was going on, man. I think I sat by the incubator at least 30 minutes a day for my first clutch, like just staring at eggs.
What day did your first clutch hatch, or how'd that work out? Do you remember?
So I want to say no. So that clutch I just did, or my 2 from last year, I ended up cutting those both on like day 57, 56 or 57. But this year, I'm planning on waiting until they all come out. I want to see how that's like, and just let them come out on their own. Yeah.
And what's your incubation temps? What temps do you cook them at?
So 89 to 89.5 is what it was at last year. So I think that's what I'll roll with again this year.
Okay. And do you have like a sensor push or anything telling you the temps inside the egg box? Do you know how hot it is in there by chance?
No, I don't know. I've never used those because I mean I've never seen.
You should get one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just yours.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, like a lot of people's incubators they're not as airtight as they be, or they're too airtight. So either way, you got to see what the fluctuations like inside that egg box. You know what I'm saying? So even though the meter's telling you one thing, these sensor pushers are Govies. I use these things called Govies now, and I could give you the link after this just so you could see it.
Yeah, for sure. Okay.
But basically, it kind of tells you the humidity, and it tells you the temps throughout the whole night and day. Like you just see exactly where they're at. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. And here's the thing. Do you really need it? No, you don't need it. But it just gives you an idea how your incubation works. And because I can tell you right now, my incubator, man. Oh man, my incubator has a whole story, bro. But my incubator is legendary for hatching out a shit ton of females. I hatch out a lot of females. This is my 3rd year. I'm about to prove this, okay? But I also have extreme fluctuation temps in that incubator because I dropped it. It's a big ass Snapple fucking refrigerator.
Okay,
You know what I'm saying? And me and my pops fucking 3 years ago were taking it off a truck, and like it was so heavy on the front because of doors that it fell forward and it shattered. Like it fell down. Oh shit! It fell down and the glass door shattered, but it was double pane. Like there was 2 glass. Like there was one behind the glass. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. So it was like my dad's like, no, there's still another piece of glass here, and I'm like, no fucking way. But I'm pretty sure, like, because of that, there's a lot of airflow that goes in and out probably. So I personally was so like brain wrapped on like, I was like, why do I hatch out so many fucking females? This is nuts. So I put a sensor push in there just to track, and boy, bro, those things are like, my temps are like this, bro. And hey man, I'm leaving it. I don't give a fuck. I'm just
hey, that's what you mean right there. Hey.
It is what it is. So either way, too, like if for whatever reason, if you like right now, you don't want to go into cutting this year, if you rather have them pip. Well, you know, there is a time and place where if you're at day 60, not to say that they will die in the egg at day 60, but you know, there's a time and place where maybe some snakes just can't get out. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I don't know where I was going with that. I mean, I'm just saying, like, either way, just be mindful. Oh yeah, what I was going with that is like, you know, that's why if you're in that position and you're like, it's day 60 and you're like, they haven't hatched yet, you'll get a good idea on what's going on. Because maybe if your temps are a lot lower than what it is, then that snake's not going to be ready till like day 65 or day 63. You see what I'm saying? Because I could tell you one thing that was happening with my clutches, because they were dropping so low and then going up, my snakes don't pip typically to like day 58 to day 60, sometimes 63. Like if I'm not there, to cut. But me, bro, like I don't give a fuck what anyone has to say about cutting. I will cut the shit out of my eggs. I want to know what's in there. And I do know there's a point in time where it's not bad, you know. I mean, doing it like a week or 2 weeks before, that's what the fuck are you doing, you know? But once you pass day 52 to day 55 is where I'm like, I'm itching. I'm like, all right, I want to cut. But this last year I waited to day 55 every single year, and there were some where I'm like, holy shit, these look like they're not even ready yet, and they didn't come out to like another week after that. So Yeah, so that's just because of the way my incubator works. So going this year, I'm not going to cut till day 60 now. So now I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait till day 60 now, just because I feel like that's how my incubators work. So either way, I'll put you on game if you want. After this, I'll give you a link to Govee or Sensor Push. They both work really well. But that being said, establishing, right? Like, let's talk about how you got your hatchlings going, and if you ran into any problems doing that.
Yeah, I started all mine off on. Well, of course, once they hatch out, I'm letting them. I'm keeping them all in the V18 back on the Sea Serpent V18 until they shed out, and then once they all shed out in their group, I'm splitting them up, and then I'm putting them. I'll let them be by themselves for a few days, and then I'll feed a rat fuzzy or almost like not a pinky, but definitely a fuzzy, something that's moving.
A little bit of hair on it.
A little bit of hair, and that's moving. And I've only had one that we had to assist feed. We had one that we had to assist feed, and or two. One just didn't make it. This male just he came out of the egg and he was just weak. But the other one, this female, we assist fed her once, and then after that she took off. She didn't eat for like the first 3 weeks, and then we assist fed her. She had one meal, and then she took off and she caught up to her siblings real fast. So, but other than that, that's how mine started off. That
assist feeding is like, no matter how good I would get at it. I mean, not that I do it a lot. I can't stand it. I fucking hate.
My wife did it, man. She was the one that did the assist feeding. And I'm like, yeah, I can't. I'm not even.
My wife, unfortunately, my wife, like, she's good. My wife is gangster at helping me take care. But once it comes to feeding and her seeing a dead rodent, she's nope. Yeah. She's like, and I respect that. I respect that. But really, it's funny you said that, because back my very first force feed, assist feed experience was when I got my second chondro, but my very first baby chondro. And this guy at the time, where he's still my boy, but he was just like, hey, I got this snake. Like, he would just hit me up, I got this snake. And I'm like, oh shit. Like, and one time he hit me up, he's like, I think I got this baby red green tree python. He only wants $200 for it, but the thing is, it's never eaten anything. And I'm like, it's never eaten anything. I was like, and I didn't know anything at this time. I was like, this is like 2018, I want to say. But anyways, I was very green. And so all I wanted was that snake. I didn't give a fuck. And so I got that snake, and literally a month went by. It still didn't eat for me. And I was freaking out. And I was obsessed with this snake. It was a snake that it was that next obsession after ball pythons, that I would stay up at night. I would go in there, look at it with the flashlight, and just sit there and just be like, I couldn't believe I had a snake like this. So I wanted it to live really, really bad, but I knew it needed to eat. So I just couldn't get it. I couldn't get it in me to fucking force a fucking pinky down this snake's body. So my pops, man, my dad used to come through all the time for me back in the day. Now I got it, but back then he used to just step up for me. And I remember just hitting him up, and I was like, Dad, I need you so bad, man. I was like, I want this thing to live. And I remember just like pouring my heart out, because I was afraid he wasn't going to want to do it, So I was just pouring my heart out to my pops, and my dad's like, oh, I got this. I was like, really? And like, dude, sure enough, he did it, bro. He got a pinky down, and like he did it a couple times, and the snake started eating on its own and then died right after that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. That was the one snake to make me, I broke down, bro. Like, literally broke down. My wife was like knocking on the trap, and I was like, leave me alone. And I was like on the floor, like, just like, not like rolling around, but I was just like crying, bro. Like, I was so upset, because I was like, I knew how expensive these snakes could be. And at that time, I couldn't really see myself investing in like a 200, 300, 400, 500. Like, that just worked. And I thought that was going to be my one only chance to work with the green tree python. And I thought I was fucked, even though I already had one. Either way, it was in my head. But after that, man, it just, I think my dad, my buddy Andrew Octavio, they were like all telling me how, like, bro, you need to fucking put your emotions away, bro. Like, fuck that shit. Like, this shit happens. You know what I'm saying? Like, you need to keep it moving. And that's all I needed to hear. And at the end of the day, like, bro, you never know what's going to live, what's going to die. Like, I don't give a fuck how awesome and thriving it's going to be. You never know what's going to happen when you wake up the next day, and you just got to keep it moving, and there's nothing you can do about it,
Yeah, I haven't lost any yet, or knock on wood, but I haven't lost lost not one snake. But I know, I mean, eventually you stay in the game long enough, you know what I'm saying? Everything
Oh,
is
you're gonna
bound
see it.
you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So
but as long as you accept that, you know what I'm saying, and like, you know, that's why like you're in a safe place with the ball pythons. You don't really see death that much. You will, don't get me wrong, when you keep the more clutches, the more chance something's gonna hatch that shouldn't be here, and that's fine. But
except for the hatching one,
right. But this is why if you really want to evolve a lot quicker than typical one species only breeders, then work with something that will break your heart. I'm telling you right now, like go ahead and test yourself. I mean, I'm saying if you want more, like if you really want to kind of up yourself, I'm not saying just go buy imports and do what I did. But just literally like, you know, like go find another passion you really love. Like, let me ask you, E, other than your wife's retic, right? And that's hers. Okay. What's a good passion snake for you? When we're not talking ball pythons right now, what's another snake that really draws your eye, or something you see that if you have the time and space you want to keep?
If I had the time and space, it'd probably be like blood pythons.
Oh, you like bloods?
Yeah, I like bloods.
Damn. I mean, do you have like you like the short tails, or you like the black bloods, or what is it that you really like? What kind of bloods?
I do like the short blood. Are those ones the Sumatran ones?
Sumatran short tails, yeah, right. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like those ones. I had one in college, and that thing was mean as heck, but I didn't know what I was doing with it. I would want to get back into those for sure.
I'll tell you why I love bloods or short tails, because no matter how mean and pissed off you get one of those, if you get it dialed in and comfortable, they become puppies, bro. They chill out. I'm telling you, once it becomes more clockwork and it understands, I mean, I can't say that for every single blood or short tail, but I mean, I could tell you there's a true reward of getting one to just chill out, because then it's like you can literally scratch them on the head, like, oh, they're impressive, man, but they're big bodies, bro. Like they can fuck you up. I can tell you.
Thick body snakes, man. And then like I have a pet, like, so she has a retic, and then she also bought a Cayman lizard. And then she has I have a bearded dragon that's in the house. But I love lizards too. So if it wasn't a snake, it'd probably be, I want to get an Argentine tegu. But I would love to dabble in breeding those things. But the weather here in Reno, Nevada just doesn't. We get snow and all kinds of stuff, so it would just be hard to house lizards like that here, as far as breeding them go. So, I
mean, unless you do an indoor thing and take them, let them take over the house.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
I mean, you know, I asked that because I do see yourself getting into something at some point. This is what the amazing ball python game to somebody who picks it up right away and starts getting things put into their laps is like, honestly, you'll have maybe a position someday where you could work with another species that you're really into and have room for it. And you never know, man. Like, the good thing is, like, there's this hobby, like I said, leads you to another set of community members who are into another species and that are just as geeked out as ball python people. You know, the thing about the ball python community is like we bring in the most money and the most ballers and the most like players that are here about the real shit into the game, and that's because of that. That's complementing all the other hobbies like the chondros, emeralds, the you know, and then you have the geckos and shit. The geckos are their own fucking world. You know what I'm saying? They have their own entity and shit. I really respect the gecko game, bro. Like, and I don't think I'm ready to get into it, or, you know, I feel like my wife could take over that one, but I mean, I do respect that there's like, you know, even like amphibians, like there's just like, I don't know, I just in animals in general, I feel like more people need to work with animals. It brings so much happiness.
I saw what you call Leachianus geckos.
I got one coming.
You do? Oh my gosh, man. I saw one in Tinley and I was like, I fell in love with the thing, man. I just like how big and girthy they are, and I'm like, I gotta get one. I
might be able to get you one. If I could get you one, you want it? I might be able to get you one. I'm dead ass serious. Okay.
Let me know, because I definitely want one of those for sure.
And this shit was bred at a zoo, just so you know. Like, this is a zoo.
For real?
Yeah. So we'll talk after this. I can't say more. All right. So I know we're kind of talking about earlier your future plans as far as what next year holds and whatnot, but I mean, at this point, are you still looking to spend more of your own 9-to-5 money when it comes to snake purchases, or are you looking to hope to do that this year with your holdback money, or not holdback money, but your own production? Like, or like, where are you at with your investment funds right now? Is what I'm saying. Are you investing in snake money yet, or are you still spending your own 9-to-5 money?
I'm definitely still spending my 9-to-5 money right now. But I do want to spend my snake money as well this year, because if I don't, then my wife she's gonna go off. She's gonna kill me. You know what I'm saying? If she don't start seeing some of this money come in and into the business, then she's gonna kill me. But yeah, I'm definitely like I said, man, I feel like for me, I'm just still I'm at a point right now where I'm all in. You know what I'm saying? And like I'm gonna go I'm going to go hard. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to go hard until I'm where I want to be. And that's, you know what I'm saying? That's mentioned in the history books of whatever it is I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? So that way I'm just going to go hard. So I'm definitely going to keep investing. I'm looking at stuff right now that I want to get, man. And I always got my eyes on something. But as soon as this, you know, we get some eggs on the ground this year and being able to start selling some stuff, that money will go right back into the hobby, so I can invest in that with that money too. So yeah,
I'm curious to hear from you, Big E. Like, what are some of these big breeders or any breeder that you see, like, kind of making a lot of progress or showing good results, that are like doing things that are motivating you? Like, what are you seeing other breeders do that kind of make you feel motivated, or maybe you're taking some of that game and implementing it to your game?
I mean, I would definitely say, like Miguel, I watch all his stuff, but I just like the way he came in. I've watched some of his past videos, but he came in and he went, you know, balls to the wall from the get-go. You know what I'm saying? You know, no holding back, and you know what I'm saying? He dove right in there. But to me, they're all still, you know what I'm saying, motivating me. I mean, when you got guys like Canova or you know who really motivates me is Levance, man. I love.
Oh, that's my boy. Straight fire, baby. Wait, hold on. Straight fire is Levance and Wesley. You got to get Wesley love too.
Yes, me and Wesley. I talked to her she talked to me for a good 20 minutes at the show, man. One of the nicest people I've ever met in my life. But that family, just their whole dynamic to me. Like, you see a lot of guys at the shows that was like it was just the guys, right? Or you saw a few that had ladies with their ladies with them as well, but they had their whole family. It was Levance, Wesley, their son, the daughter, her sister, like Wesley's sister. So it was like it was a family, bro. So I was like that right there. Yeah. So that's all I saw when I saw that was like, I told my wife, I'm like, that's us right there. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Me, you, the kids. That's how I want it to be. You know what I'm saying? At the show, talking to people, and doing what we love to do, man. So like those guys, especially Levance, man, I watch everything that guy does. Your podcast you did with him, that was probably one of the first podcasts I saw of yours that you did with him.
With Cusco? With Cusco, or the one at Tinley?
Cusco, the one before that. The one before the one you did with Cusco.
I've only done the first episode with Levance was with Cusco, and then it was Tinley.
Was it the Cusco one then?
It had to be Cusco, yeah.
It was the one where he was at his house. He was at his house.
That was at Cusco's house. So I was at. Yeah.
That was the first.
You know the funny story behind that, right?
Nah.
And shout to my boy Brian. I love him. He's honestly, one of my biggest influence and mentors behind podcasting is Brian Cusco.
Yeah.
First and foremost. Sure. So, but I always had a respect, like you said, with Levance. And this is before I knew Wesley was the one behind a lot of the communications, behind Instagram. A lot of times, if not all the time, you're talking to Wesley. You know what I'm saying? Right. But I didn't know that. But anyways, I had a huge respect for Straight Fire as a company. And then I had heard stories of Levance, how he's just a fucking straight shooter. Not a lot of people could get information from him. And I was like, dude, I need to figure this out. And the time I hit him up, he hit me up saying, hey, I watch your podcast and I fucking love how you do it. And I was like, oh my God, this is going great. And I was like, and then I went into like, hey man, I would love to get you on the show. And I know you don't, because Cusco told me I've been trying 2 years to get Levance on the show. and he won't come on the show. He just won't come on. He's like, and he told me that. And that's why I was like, damn, this is going to be probably difficult. But Levance told me, he's like, I'll come on your show, but I want to come on if Cusco's on with you, because Cusco has been, he's asked me for over 2 years to come on the show, and I have told him yes, and I just haven't done it. So can we do it all together? And I was like, oh, no problem. And so I made like a trip up to Cusco's house where he had, his thick ass studio and everything. I wanted it to be as right as possible. So, I went up, I shot up there, and we did the damn thing, and it was fucking awesome, bro. I mean, like, bro, straight fire, literally.
Oh yeah. He cracks me up because the one you did with him at TINLEY, he was like, yeah, this is the only podcast I'm doing, so the rest of y'all stop asking me or something like that. He said,
stop calling me.
Hey, yeah, stop calling me. Yeah, he had me dying, bro. Yeah, he cool, man. That's a cool dude, though, for sure.
Oh my God. But honestly, to go back to one thing I am really passionate about having someday, especially if I do ven. If I ven, bro, I want it to be where I got my family with me. I am posted. I am here. Because right now it's just me and then even my wife and when she goes with me, and I'm just everywhere. I'm like MJ here, MJ there, shaking hands and all this shit. But like, here's the thing with Levance. As much as like, I ask Levance every time I'm at TINLEY, I'm like, hey, let's go to the US ARC? And he's like, this is not my thing, because Levance got his family. His thing is he does a show, shakes his hands at people at his table, and then he goes eats dinner and winds down with the family. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But I can tell you what, I just haven't. Once I keep locking in my own US ARC tables, I'm gonna get a whole table just for them. And I'm telling you right now, bro, mark my words, I will have Levance and his family at a US ARC. Right. Hopefully October. We'll see. If I can lock in a table, which I got to talk to Phil. Man, those tables, bro. Like, listen, I come from the club scene, like the DJ scene, and I saw people spend thousands of dollars for like VIP booths and shit for bottle tables and shit like that. Right. And dude, these tables, bro, like literally those big tables, people spend over 10 to 15K. I'm not joking. That's what they donate to get those tables. It's fucking like, and I'm talking about minimum, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, damn. So like, Desiree, Cold Blooded Cafe, they're a big sponsor. So they always get a table. So, I'm not gonna lie, I have not donated 15K to US ARC or, when I say this, people are donating this every auction. Like, it's not like a one-time thing. Every auction, these people are giving them this money. So this is why they lock in these tables. But anyways, what was I saying before that? My mind went so fuck.
Just get a table with his family.
Oh yeah, right. Anyway, so these tables are not easy to get, but like I said, I'm gonna lock one in, and for sure I'm gonna have Levance there. And then I'm telling you, US ARC October at TINLEY is gonna be insane, bro. It's gonna be nuts.
I'm trying to get back out there. I've been talking to the wife already. She's like, you ain't got to go again. I'm like, yes, I do.
Got it, October, bro. Mark, okay, at least do October, and then you're good, and then you could say, all right, I did both. I'm telling you right now, because I even though there was a last October TINLEY, it still was the first show after all these goddamn ban, these COVID bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Right. So a lot of people were still like iffy. I didn't even know if that was going to happen in October. I thought they were going to last minute shut it down like they did 2 years ago. So this time in March, there was no heads up about nothing. There was no fucking warnings. It was like, yo, this is go time. And that's why March blew up. You know what I'm saying? And I'm pretty sure, I'm telling you, October is going to blow up. Arlington, September is going to blow up. Anaheim Super Show is going to blow. Are you coming down to the Trap? Are you coming to Trap Fest 2022?
Well, I'm trying to get down there, man. What date is it again? The weekend of July 4th.
Yeah, so it's July 7th. Yeah, so it's the weekend after. It's the weekend after.
Yeah. Weekend after. Okay.
Yeah. Yep. Yes, so hopefully, because the Anaheim Super Show's that week. Say that again.
I said, no, that ain't nothing but a drive for me. I just hop in the car and drive on down there because my parents are still down there in San Diego, so I just go down there.
Right.
So.
Okay, that's what's up. All right, so let me ask you this, Big E. I mean, as far as when it comes to expansion, I mean, I know it's hard to predict the future, right? But you were talking about earlier how you would like to get to like the 30. What was the range that you would like to get to?
To about 20 to 30 clutches.
20, 30 clutches right now. Like, let's just say 3 years or 5 years down the road when you're no longer working the 9 to 5, do you ever see yourself expanding to a point of going further than that and producing more, or where do you see that?
Yeah, and I would think. I mean, the only reason why I don't I'm not going for that right now is because I have my 9 to 5. You know what I'm saying? But if I could, what's that? Oh yeah,
Antoine in the building.
But yeah, that's the only reason why I'm not right, because of the 9 to 5. But if I don't have the 9 to 5, then yeah, man, I would love to be able to push out, somewhere between 60 to 70 clutches on the, you know what I'm saying, and sit somewhere around there. That'll probably be, because to me that's, I used to looking at about 150 animals at a minimum with those kind of numbers. So that's something that I would do if I wasn't working full time. Yeah, I definitely see myself expanding. Maybe I already want to expand this summer or next year and build a rat shed out in the backyard and get these rats out of my garage, so that way I can have knock down this wall and have all this just be snakes in this area here. So.
And I'm curious, I mean, obviously you were talking earlier about how you have seasons, like it gets cold where you're at, obviously, right?
Oh,
so what are you doing to keep your room warm? Like, what do you have to keep the ambient up and all that?
So I have a heater and a humidifier here running all the time with a fan or whatever and whatnot. So I think it's my temps stay between, the highest it gets in here is 78 and the lowest is 74, 75. And I try to keep it like that year round. I just keep the heater at the same temperature and it stays around there. I learned from Levance on that podcast he did with you at TINLEY. I was keeping on my hot spots. I had my hot spots at 80, 88, 89. Then I heard him get on there talking about he only has his hot spots at 84, 85. So then I dropped my hot spots down and I'm seeing how that works this year. And hopefully the proof will be in the if I have any slugs or whatnot, because I know he was saying that can attribute to that. So seeing how that goes. But that's how, I mean, my temps are regulated just off the heater in here and, the heat, the belly heat in the back.
Okay, that's what's up. And as far as, like you said, your hatchlings, I mean, did you keep them on the same heat as your adults, or do you keep them on different temps?
I keep them on different temperature. I mean, on the same temperature. Everything in here is on the same temperature.
And have you seen good growth? Like, I mean, are your hatchlings growing pretty good?
Yeah, they're growing, and they will eat twice a week if I fed them twice a week. Like, so I'll go for the hatchlings. I'll go Saturday and Wednesday for 3 weeks, and then I'll give them like a week and a half off to just get out anything, and then I'll go. So but they would eat twice a week every week if they want. I do that until they're about till I get them out the B18 at like 400 to 500 grams, and then after that they just go on once a week with everybody else.
Right. Okay. Now I have to ask you, I mean, since you've been in this hobby, I mean, what do you feel like personally the growth so far? I mean, do you have a good feeling? Do you have a good feeling when you think about the future of this hobby, or have you thought about that?
Yeah, I think about it all the time, especially when I'm making investments in snakes. I'm like, man, let me make sure this stuff is going to be around. But I mean, after going to TINLEY, man, I don't see an end to this hobby. You know what I'm saying?
Right, dude, for real.
I don't see an end to it, man. So I mean, it's definitely, I definitely think the future for this hobby is crazy. It's, I mean, it's constantly new breeders. I mean, I was talking to one of my buddies here that he could care less about ball pythons, right? And he was like, he builds cages out here in Reno, so he does that stuff. Builds literally, he's got Ackies and stuff like that. But he has, like, I think 2 or 3 ball python, or no, like 3 or 4 ball pythons now. But then he just texted me before the show, and he was like, "Hey man, I better fall in love with ball pythons by the end of this live, because he's already talking about getting more." Like the hobby, like I don't. I don't see it going anywhere, man. It's always new breeders coming in, man. It's always new guys coming in, man. So I don't see it going anywhere. I mean, I see even myself as I'm a new guy, so I'm always still looking for stuff. So I don't see this hobby going nowhere.
You remember? Okay, if you're a real OG on the Levance episode, do you remember what he said about elevators? How some people get off sooner than
some people get off at certain spots, yeah. And some people go up and they got to get on, and you just keep going. Yeah, man.
And I'm curious, with you right now, I don't know if you noticed, a few months back, there was a topic I brought up about a guy and this is somebody, you know, no disrespect to him because he's been doing YouTube for a while. Like I as soon as I found BARCZYK and a couple others, I found this guy, you know, and he was and the thing is, I just never saw him really like progressing. Like he always produced the same type of shit. And I could always tell, like, obviously if it's the same type of shit, the price range is always the same, or if not getting more. So he ain't making really no real money. Right. But then he made a video stating how, you know, all these ball python breeders are trying to shoot for the stars and make $5,000, $10,000, $15,000 animals that nobody wants to buy. Like nobody's in this for that. And I'm curious, like, what do you feel about that, being somebody that just getting into this and investing? Do you feel like that's true? I mean, even trying to produce what you're trying to produce, do you feel like no one wants to buy $5,000, $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 ball pythons?
I think it's just a bold-faced lie, honestly, bro. Like, I mean, even on that DG or that Hypo Clown Head DG girl I just bought, and I'll be honest, when I approached Jeremy from Fireball, I was like, "Hey man, can I because he had it listed for 10,000, right?" And then so I hit him up and I'm like, "Hey man, I got 85 or 87 or 85 or something like that cash right now. You'll have it in the next 5 minutes. Just give me the go." And he was like, "Yeah, nah, man, nah, I'm not taking that." You know what I'm saying? And so right after that, as soon as he texted me that, I said, "Okay, never mind." And so it's on its way to you. You know what I'm saying? I think guys like that, man. I'm a big Les Brown kind of guy. I'm a big on Eric Thomas, Inky Johnson. I listen to motivational speakers all the time. So I'm a big dude. Les Brown always says, you know what I'm saying, shoot for the moon and land in the stars. So if I land in the stars, I'm good. But in order to land in the stars, I got to be going for the moon. Otherwise, I'm going to be stuck here on the earth with everybody else doing the same thing as everybody else. You know what I mean? So I think LeVance was 100% on what he said about that whole elevator thing. That's life, man. Because
that's a mental statement, bro. Like, it's like, honestly, like, you're getting off because you feel like you can't handle the rest. And that's fine. Like, some people like hit and like, here, I see a point of me getting off the elevator at some point and just chilling. Yeah. I mean, but the thing is, it ain't anytime soon. And, and for the time being, I'm not thinking about getting off the elevator. And and I, you know, God bless the people who do get off the elevators, the ones who've been doing this for a long time and whatnot. But I can't speak for them or like them because I've only been in this for 4 years, going on 5 years. So yeah, I still feel fresh, but I'm gonna carry this freshness energy as long as I can, bro. I don't see this getting old. I'm having the time of my life. I don't know about you, bro, but I'm having the time of my life with this shit.
I have so much fun, and I don't. This is the one thing I don't complain about. Like, I don't complain about cleaning rats for 4 hours every Saturday morning. I don't complain about waking up doing spot cleaning tubs every morning before I go to the gym and at night. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is, I love this. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I think, and I think I might have seen some of the videos you're talking about as far as that one of those guys go. But I mean, I don't understand guys that hate like that and you know what I'm saying, mad at somebody else because they still want to keep pressing going forward. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, like you said though, it's okay. Like, it's okay if you want to be here, but you know what I'm saying, don't be mad at me because I'm trying to get up here. You know what I'm saying?
So I could tell you this, one thing I paid attention to, I pay attention to a lot of things, but especially in the beginning, you know, Miguel, what I would still say, my concrete mentor, somebody who I watched, you know, he shared his moves. I watched his moves. I know the people who used to be his fan base, like on his jock. I knew the people who like would talk shit about him and say he's a one-hit wonder. And he delegated that shit really well, because there was a point where he had people he thought that were homies and supporting him that were only supporting him because they thought he wasn't going to last, and he was just going to end up just like being like, I'm in and out, because that was a thing. Like, anyone typically who came in with a lot of money prior to 2019 or 2017, prior to 2017, really came in, made a fool of themselves, dumped all this money and left. And people were praying that was going to be Miguel. And they didn't really know how player he was. You know what I'm saying? And how he fucking not only invested into the right snakes, but he invested into the right fucking people he listened to, took advice to. You know what I mean? Like, he's a real businessman. You know, people don't understand that, you know? And I don't know. All I got to say is, bro, it's like, you are who you hang around with. You are who you stick around. And at that, my first 2-3 years, all I cared and kicked it with Miguel. And I didn't give a fuck about nothing else. And I got groomed. And I don't know. I feel like you got to always need that. You know what I'm saying? That's always going to lead you to the right step. I feel like.
Yeah, and I don't see nothing wrong with that. Like I said, man, I'm a big so other than the military and the snake, so I also pastor a church, right? And so I'm a big believer on iron sharpening iron, right? And so, but like I'm a big believer on, you know what I'm saying? The guys you hang around with, or even successful people, always say that the top 5 people you hang around, that's what your income will look like. Those top 5 people you hang around, you know what I'm saying? Or that's what your mindset is going to be. So hang around a guy like Miguel, man, I wish he was here in Reno, Nevada. Boy, I'd be at that dude's house every single day, man. He wouldn't be able to kick me. He wouldn't be able to get me out of his house, man.
Dude, trust me. Listen, he lives in Palmdale. No disrespect to Palmdale, but fuck, bro. Like, no, thank you. Like, I mean, he'd be my biggest reason why I would want to live there, and I would consider it. But like, you know, I'm just telling you, man, that the guy's so busy, bro. The guy grinds, you know. And literally that's why I kind of do reminisce and think about what if I was his neighbor. That's the only time I could really fucking bug him and really go knock on the door. Other than that, I would have to drive 4 hours to do it, you know, and fucking, I don't know. But all right, so check this out. I have a wrap-up question before we get into the hot seat questions, okay, E? Okay. And I'm curious because there's a lot of different point of views when it comes to supporting US ARC and whatnot. And somebody who, I don't know, man, I'm sure you've seen a lot of shit, especially growing up in San Diego and then, you know, being in organizations and schools and things, how political things can get. But do you feel like US ARC is something that a lot of new people aren't really grasping on right now? Or do you feel like it's doing its job and people are doing, you know, talking about it and understanding how important it is?
I think even for myself, I didn't even really understand how important it was until I went to TINLEY, and I saw just how important it is because money talks, right? You know what I'm saying? Money talks. When you see people, you see people auctioning bottles of Jameson for $4,000 because they know it's going to QSR. You know what I'm saying? Just to get the bottle and then break bread with their brothers and sisters at the table. You understand that it's a bigger purpose, you know what I'm saying? So when I saw that, I think that's when it sunk in for me. And I think as far as like new guys coming in, like we get it. Like I've been a bronze member now for a while, but I already know like the minute like my thing is up, I'm jumping up to whatever the next one is up. And I plan to every year until I'm at the top, other than the donations that I make on the side that I'm just making here and there. But I think it's something that needs to continue to be pushed, man, because it was a wave of it when the whole legislation came out that they were trying to do that, or that the new Lacey Act and all that was trying to come. And then it's kind of died down. You know what I'm saying? You saw it on everybody's feed and story for a good week and a half, 2 weeks. And then it's kind of died down. But I think we got to continue to push that, man. It's got to be something that's going up all the time. So that way these new guys coming in, like myself, can jump on board and know exactly what's going on and what it means to this community. Because you never really understand the depth until you around people that's like pouring their hard-earned money into this organization. So for sure. Yeah.
And I'm just telling you, it's especially like the kind and type of people we're up against who are trying to get these laws to pass are fucking weird, psychotic people with a lot of money. Like they have a shit ton of money, you know? And they're all like, they have organizations and stuff. And a lot of it's misled information. And a lot of them are just evil, fucking outright evil people because they want these people's money. So it's fucked up. So the more of us, listen, animals I feel like bring the best out of people. And if a lot of us are animal people and we're the best of what people are on this earth, we need to come together and fight against the weirdos. Come on, animal lovers, unite. We need to unite. Hey, listen, E, what a show. Thank you so much. I appreciate this. I have a good feeling about what the future holds for you and your wife when it comes to Ebony and Ivory Reptiles. But listen, before we check out, we got some hot seat questions. Your wife's lucky she's sick because I'll get her on the round 2. But you ready for these hot seat questions?
Yeah, man. Go ahead. Let's get it going, man.
All right, man. So we got these hot seat questions for my man Big E. Big E, I see you being very player. I don't see you being, no offense, I don't see you being a JP, but I need you to I need you to spit these out immediately. You feel me?
Hey, before I met JP at TINLEY.
what a guy, huh?
I kept thinking about that when because you said that a few times. I kept thinking about that when I met him. But he heck cool though. I like that dude. He cool. Cool.
JP's a good sport, but honestly, like he's I like JP a lot, man. He's something else. He's funny, bro.
Oh yeah.
But honestly, was good seeing him too, and that's why also you go to Tinley, you see Canadian players that go to Tinley. Will Morris, you saw Will's right too.
I went to dinner with Will on Friday night with the patriarch.
Respect.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, that's respect.
Nice.
All right, man. All right, here we go. So hot seat questions coming in hot. You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right. Frozen Thought or live?
Live.
A cut or no cut?
This year, no cut.
Bro, you got to pick. It's not this year. I'm talking about. I mean, I get you could switch it up, but if you couldn't switch it up, if you like had to pick, right? If you had to pick right now,
I'm a cut. I'm a cut.
Oh, okay, right. Let's see. Favorite lizard species?
Argentine tegus.
Favorite arboreal snake?
Ooh, carpet pythons.
Nice. Yay imports or boo imports?
I like imports. Cool with me.
One reptile you could import today if you could.
One reptile. Oh man.
Anything. It could be anything.
If I can import it.
If you could bring anything from another country, yeah, like any other animal, like you could think of.
Anything venomous from Australia.
Oh wow, that's dangerous.
I don't know which one, but one of they venomous snakes. I like those.
You're wild. Okay. To spray a snake or to not spray a snake?
Spray. I'll miss them.
Baseball or football?
Football.
Favorite football team?
Pittsburgh Steelers.
Nice. Favorite player of all time?
Jerome Bettis.
Damn, the bus. Bro, do you remember Game Day on PlayStation?
Oh, yeah.
Bro, he used to run everybody over.
Game Day 98.
Yes. Oh my God. Bro, that Christmas changed my life. Bro. Okay, Game Day 98, Resident Evil. There was I think it was NBA Street or something. I forget. There was another. Oh my God, those were the days.
He ran over everybody on Game Day 98. It didn't matter.
Bro. Oh my God. That was right before Madden took over. Like that shit was like.
Yeah.
Man. All right. Steak or fish?
Steak.
Favorite cut of steak?
Ribeye.
Alcohol or no alcohol?
No alcohol.
Respect. Van Halen or Sammy Hagar?
Van Halen.
Respect. West Coast rap or East Coast rap?
Oh, come on. West Side till I die, baby. Come on, man.
Big flexor or no flexor?
I'm a big flexor.
All right, respect. That's what I'm talking about. You're born one. It's not a choice. You feel me? God damn. Don't get offended or actually get offended. I don't care. All right, little word association. First thing to come to mind. Milk.
Eggs.
Cocoa.
Blocks.
First time ball python breeder.
Myself.
Ovulation.
Let's go.
Stuck shed.
Mister.
Mites.
Never had them.
Gotta ask my wife.
Delete. Block.
FedEx shipping.
Shoot. I love it.
Instagram trolls.
Haters.
Favorite codom.
Inchy.
Least favorite codom.
Lesser.
If you had to get rid of one codom forever, and I mean forever, is it Trick or Hurricane?
You trying to start stuff. Hey, but I'm going with Trick because I got a Hurricane head clown from Antoine, so Hurricane.
Oh, there it is. I was worried. I was like, damn, what's this going to do to Antoine right now? He's about to be heated. Oh, so you got Hurricane. All right, so we dipped out on Trick. If you got Trick,
I dipped out on Trick. We Hurricane team over here, baby.
Hey, listen, what an episode. We had people, well over 80 people on the show at one point. Let's see how many likes we got. I didn't tell people to like this shit once, so let's see how many likes we got. Ooh, 84 likes. That's what I'm fucking talking about. Let's go.
That's what it is, baby. That's what it is.
What do you guys say? Honestly, bro, you got mad love in this chat. You got mad love, people watching you. What do you have to say to all your supporters out there, everyone who's rooting for you and your wife?
Oh man, I appreciate everybody out there, man. We just getting started, and we coming in hot, man. And I'm glad for the opportunity, man, to rep today with another San Diego legend, man. I love it, man. San Diego in the house, man, tonight. So you already know, baby.
That's what's up, bro. Listen, I like I said, I have a good feeling about what you got going on over there, and I'm gonna stay tapped in. You're definitely, I mean, like I said, I can't wait for you to come back, or you come back down to the hometown, and we really gonna link up. And if it's not down here, we'll be at a show. We'll be somewhere. I already know, you know, us kicking it is in the near future. So, mad respect to you, mad respect to Ivory, and again, thank you for just being a fucking real one and supporting the trap. It means a lot, Matt. But you're all done, man. Here we go, Big E. Ebony and Ivory, Reptiles, it's a wrap. All right, my G. Hey, listen, thank you. Have a good night, and I will talk to you soon.
All right, man.
All right, late. Because I'm from Dago. San Diego motherfuckers are just the coolest. I'm sorry, bro. Don't be mad. Don't be mad. Motherfucking player right there. That's my boy. Thank you. What a great episode, everyone who tapped in. If you happen to tap in later into the show, hit that like button for my man. I didn't even have to mention once for you guys to hit the like button. You guys are just showing the love right off the bat. I mean, that just shows you what kind of player this guy is and his wife. But yes, thank you guys. Drop a comment. Let me know how you guys like the episode. Let me know what you're excited the most about this man's journey. I'm so excited for what he's about to do. But yeah, again, guys, this Thursday night, it's going to go down. I am super excited to bring somebody who I feel like isn't really coming to a lot of podcasts. I've been following him for at least the last fucking 4 years, ever since I got into arboreal snakes. He has a species of snakes I've yet to been able to keep, and this motherfucker's a G at it. I mean, as far as like how I look at my boy Alan with the basins, this guy's working with green and red Sanzinians. Yes, the westerns and easterns. My boy Bill Hughes tapping in this Thursday night, 6 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. Do not sleep on this episode, especially if you're like curious about other cool species in the game. Like get your fucking knowledge up, baby. You know what I'm saying? Tap into this episode. Come see what my boy Bill Hughes is all about. We're going to tap into both species of the Sanzinia, the western and the eastern. This is a green one. This is the eastern, and then there's the red ones. So yeah, it's going to be sick. Again, appreciate all the love and support. You guys are awesome. My Patreon members, shout out to the homie Butt. Is it Butt or Butte? How do you say that? But this homie right here just joined the Trap Talk Patreon family. I'm going to hit you up right now with the Discord link. My homie Butt. Is it Butt or Butte? What is that? Butt? I like it. I mean, I'm not going to say I like your butt, but I'm saying that's a sick name, I guess. Cool. Welcome to the family, bro. Come join the family. We want more Patreon members to join. Click that link. I will tap in. But honestly, much love and support. This Thursday, it's going to go down. And go show my boy, fucking big homie Matt, Big E, some love. Go follow him on Instagram. And this is a wrap. Check it out. Your boy's out.